Once upon a time, there lived a very popular surgeon named Dr. Emmanuel Bakare. He was a man of unmatched prestige in Lagos, known as one of the most skilled surgeons in the country. His name carried weight among the rich and poor alike. People admire him not only for his ability to save lives, but for his charm and charisma. His deep voice and warm smile put even the most nervous patients at ease. Surgical center. His private clinic located in the heart of the city, patients travel from far and wide to seek his care. The clinic was a towering modern building with shining glass doors and a bold golden sign that read Bakare's Surgical Center. Inside the Inside the air was cool and smelled faintly of antiseptics. The reception area buzzed with activities, patients waiting their turns, nurses in crisp blue uniform working briskly and a receptionist calmly managing appointments. The walls were lined with award certificates and photos of Dr. Bakare shaking hands with prominent figures. His success seems untouchable. But beneath his perfect image lay a dark secret. Dr. Bakare was not the man that the public thought he was. Behind closed doors, he preyed on women who came to him for help. He carefully chose his victims, those who were alone, vulnerable or unable to fight back. Using his charm and position, he manipulated them, leaving many feeling confused and ashamed after their visits. These women often left without knowing how to articulate what had happened to them. One day, Nurse Amara, who had worked at the clinic over a year, began noticing strange patterns. Amara was in her early 30s, a confident and diligent nurse who, with sharp eyes and a kind heart, she had a way of connecting with patients, making them feel comfortable. But sometimes, but something was off. Many female patients, especially those who came alone, seemed different after their surgeries. They avoided eye contact and left quickly, their hands shaking as they clutched their discharge papers. At first, Amara dismissed her observation as coincidence. Dr. Bakare was a highly respected man. What could he possibly be doing wrong? But the incident became more frequent. One evening, as Amara reviewed patients' records in the quiet clinic, she noticed a woman sitting in the waiting area. She looked scared, her hands fidgeting with the hem of her wrapper. When Amara approached her, the woman stammered, "I think I need another doctor." Amara couldn't shake her unease. That night, as she lay in bed, memories of odd patients' interaction flooded her mind. Women who couldn't explain their discomfort, those who refused to return for follow-ups, and the uneasy whispers she had overheard in the clinic hallways. Amara decided to pay close attention. The next day, a young woman named Zainab arrived at the clinic. Zainab was in her late 20s, with smooth brown skin and braided hair adorned with gold beads. She was from a small village outside Lagos and had come alone for a minor surgery. Amara noticed how nervous Zainab was. As she sat in the consultation room, "You'll be fine," Amara said with a reassuring smile. "Dr. Bakare is the best." After the surgery, Zainab returned for her follow-up appointment, but something about her had changed. Her usual bright eyes were downcast and her voice was shaky. When Amara asked how she was feeling, Zainab hesitated. "I am fine," she said, but her words lacked conviction. As she walked away, Amara saw tears welling in her eyes. Amara decided to confide in a colleague, Nurse Ifoma, who had worked at the clinic for years, but Ifoma brushed her off. You are overthinking it, Amara. Dr. Bakari is a good man. He helped so many people. Amara didn't push further, but the conversation only fueled her determination to uncover the truth. Meanwhile, Aisha Ibrahim, the elegant wife of General Ibrahim, was preparing for a minor procedure at Bakare Surgical Center. Aisha was a woman of grace and confidence, with caramel brown skin and a commanding presence that turned heads wherever she went. She had been referred to Dr. Bakare by a friend who described him as the best in Lagos. During her consultation, Aisha couldn't shake the feeling that Dr. Bakare's behavior was unusual. His compliments seemed excessive and he often lingered too long during physical examination. "You are in good hands," he would say with a smile that felt too familiar. Aisha's instincts told her something was wrong, but she decided to wait until after the surgery to discuss it with her husband. That evening, as they sat in their living room, Aisha told General Ibrahim about her discomfort. General Ibrahim was a tall, broad-shouldered man in his late 40s. With a stern face and a deep voice, he listened quietly as Aisha finished. He clenched his jaw and said, "Don't worry, I'll handle it." The general began investigating Dr. Bakare. He used his military connection to speak with people who had visited the clinic. What he uncovered shocked him. Whispers of inappropriate behavior, strange patients, complaints, and stories of women avoiding the clinic began to surface. Determined to expose the truth, the general devised a plan. He told Aisha to proceed with the surgery as planned, but arranged for one of his men to pose as a technician in the clinic. On that day of the procedure, General Ibrahim stationed himself nearby with a team of soldiers. As Aisha was prepped for surgery, Dr. Bakare revealed his true nature. He attempted to take advantage of her vulnerability, but before he could act, the operating room door burst open. General Ibrahim stormed in, his voice booming with fury as he ordered Dr. Bakare to step away from his wife. Soldiers swarmed the room and Dr. Bakare stood frozen, his charm and composure shattered. Aisha was taken to safety and Dr. Bakare was arrested on the spot. The news of his arrest spread quickly and the once reserved doctor became the center of a national scandal. Women began coming forward with their stories, their voices finally breaking the silence that had protected him for years. General Ibrahim used his influence to ensure that the case was not buried. In, in court, the victim testified bravely, sharing the pain and shame they had endured despite his lawyers' attempt to defend him. The evidence was overwhelming. Dr. Bakare was found guilty of multiple crimes and sentenced to life in prison. The clinic was closed and later reopened as a women's health center run by Nurse Amara and other supervisors. It became a place of healing and hope for those who had been hurt. Aisha and General Ibrahim became advocates for justice, inspiring others to speak out against abuse. Dr. Bakare's story became a lesson for the community, a reminder that even the most trusted people can hide dark secrets. The women he had hurt found their voices, their courage speaking a movement that brought lasting change. This brings us to the end of our stories. Please subscribe to my channel for more amazing and interesting stories.